afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to a Wednesday game day. Hump day. QuaranStream Vibes just hangs here with the crew. Yo, what's up, boys? We're here again at Circo in another room, same place, B1, W, but we're in another room, in the big boardroom, just testing out the space so we can hang with you guys and bring the vibes.
Karate chops.
Looks like you had a bun meat yesterday. You had a bun meat today. It's my turn tomorrow.
I had one the day before.
Tomorrow's your turn.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's my turn.
It's your turn tomorrow.
By the way, where's the best bun meat in Ho Chi Minh City?
Whoa.
Let us know. We'll go try it.
Not the best tit, but the best bun meat.
Good point.
How we doing, guys? Sounds are good.
Fantastic.
Sounds are
Nice and
good.
clear.
Guess what is coming back?
Me.
Besides
We
you.
never left.
Sean never left.
Sean never left.
Gotcha.
So for all you thriller and horror fans from back in the day, the slasher type horror theme, this is coming back.
And it's not
Ladies and
Slender.
gentlemen, Scream.
Wow.
Scream 5 with all the cast. So you got Nev Campbell. Obviously, she's going to be a little bit older now. Courtney Cox.
Google that. What she look like
Courtney
now.
Cox. No, we'll play the trailer for everybody to have a look.
Right.
So let's play the trailer and have a watch. This is fantastic.
Sounds creepy already.
Smartphones now, isn't it? Who has a landline though?
Nowadays we have them.
This isn't funny, Amber.
Would you like to play a game, Tara?
I love it.
Ouch.
Doors unlocked. All doors locked. Doors unlocked.
Everything got upgraded.
Titch, yeah.
Bye, Felicia.
There she is.
Hello?
It's happening. 3 attacks so
He's
far.
back as well.
Do you have a gun?
I'm Sydney Prescott. Of course I have a gun.
Something about this one just feels different.
They all feel different.
Samantha? I know who you are. I've been through this a lot. This is your life now, which means that whoever this is going to keep coming for you. You ready for this?
There's certain rules to surviving.
The attacks were all on people related to the original killers. Whatever his link is to our past, it's pulled us all back here.
So the masks are not going to come back,
I
are
won't
they?
sleep until he's in the
Yeah.
ground.
Hello, Sydney. It's an honor.
Scream. Oh, they didn't even put the 5. They just it's like
Yeah,
a new
but I mean, it's a
one.
fifth.
Yeah,
it's a fifth
it's a
installment.
good
But isn't it cool to see? I mean, during our time when it first came out, that was that teen slasher.
It was huge. Yeah, it was huge.
You know,
Teen, like,
slow
horror
moving
movie.
horror kind of thing where it's like, oh, stab. You know how we with horror movies? Oh, they still kept that. You know, and for today's generation, it's for them to experience that. It's cool.
I wonder how good the production is going to be. What do you think,
I
Matthias?
think it's going to be amazing. It's obviously they'll have a good budget for it.
Yeah, fine.
They already know it's going to be successful, given the first 4 was successful.
Mm.
Actually, that leads me to think about. I read an interesting article a little while ago that says, why do Hollywood studios keep remaking, like pulling the 6th skin off the cat, if that makes sense,
Fast
off
and
the
Furious.
same thing over and over and over again,
Like
because
that.
it's super lucrative and they don't have to take a risk.
Yeah.
So I guess that was kind of like the final answer, but it was in a much more long-winded way. But they were saying, why aren't there more sort of creative movies? Why aren't there more risks being taken with like the kind of the genres and the ideas that are explored? Because it's risky.
They know what works already, so
They just want to make money. They just want to make
It's like cover songs, right? Like that you cover a song again in the next generation and
Yeah.
add a little auto tune
I
or
feel
something like that.
So, like, as they get, number 2, number 3, number 4, I feel like they get most of them are just bad. Like like
So-
keeps getting worse and
Final
worse.
Destination.
It sounds like you guys are talking about Fast and Furious.
Yes. Yes, we are.
But I'm a massive horror thriller fan. Like me
Same.
and Mio, if we were to put a movie on, our first preference of choice when we go on Netflix to look for something is we'll look for a horror.
Yeah.
And we'll even backtrack to as far as somewhere in the 70s or 80s,
Wow.
purely because I feel that you're right. Horror always seems to have a really shitty storyline, but the value is there in terms of jump scares and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you know that you're getting something out of it, even
So
whether
you
it's
know
bad
you're gonna be
special
terrified.
effects.
Cheap
Yeah.
thrills.
Cheap thrills. Whereas when you're watching like some sort of action movie, you're kind of expecting, okay, it has to have this, has to have that. But
We need to introduce to Maddie and Sean that series that we watched. What was it called again?
which one?
When we were at your place, we were watching the videotape one.
Oh, VHS.
VHS.
VHS. Very, very cool.
Very cool.
So it was, I would say it was probably a little bit after Blair Witch. So it's a whole concept of kind of like first-person film. Not all of it is first-person, so you don't get those headaches. But it's 5 short stories combined in a one whole story.
Yeah.
Based around this VHS, and it always starts off. I won't ruin or anything. So it's like these guys come in looking for a specific VHS that had some sort of information. So it was an abandoned house. They go in. There's like a TV with static, and there's just tapes everywhere. And the guy says, "Look around, just find the right tape." We don't know what they're looking for. She puts the tape in and she watches it. And that's how it starts the first short film. But her watching that, she's within her own horror story as well. Yeah.
That's a creative idea.
And it's done really well. Like for first person sort of, I guess, capture, you're kind of thinking, okay, it's gonna be cheesy. But the effects and
some of them
really
were
good.
very cheesy, but it was still enough to be like you're sitting there going, "Oh, don't do it, don't do it."
Yeah. Did you get any jumps?
Yeah, always. There's a website. I'm gonna send it to you guys. It's called whereisthejump.com or .net. So I looked up a movie site where it said what movie has the most jump scares because I wanted value.
There's people that actually note that down, by the way.
Yeah, the most is 32, and it's from a movie called.
So much time in their hands where they watch the movies and go, "That's one jump. That's one scare."
Tally.
Yeah, right.
Scratch it to the wall.
It's wait for it.
Yeah, whereisthejump.com, and I'll tell you the number one most jump scares. Let's go jump count. The jump count to be.
A statistician.
I love the feeling of the
Some
scariest
sort of-
It has it
joke,
here.
I'm used to
There's
the
a site
action
that
and the
does so.
funny and the comedy, but I like the scary movies because I don't feel scared that much, and so when I
So interesting. So I'm totally different to you guys. I actually really dislike scary movies because I'm like, what am I paying money for? What am I spending my time to be scared shitless? Like, why am I doing this? So
What was the scariest movie that you watched?
What's the one with Bruce Willis? Where
The Sixth Sense.
The Sixth Sense.
Oh,
that was.
creepy.
That
That was creepy, but my
That's-
friend ruined it for me.
Oh no!
I hadn't seen it, and they saw it in the cinemas, and it had gone off cinema. So I'll just wait till it goes on rental. And he goes, "Yeah, dude, I fucking didn't know that Bruce Willis was dead the whole time." And then I was like, "What? Is that gonna?" I guess, "Oh shit, sorry, bro." So then when I watched it, I was like,
Ruined.
"He's dead. He's
Ruined.
dead."
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
I mean, the old Exorcist, it was weird and just super creepy. But the scariest part is when she walks
the
backwards.
ceiling or whatever.
Yeah,
it is.
I watched it.
Actually, see,
And
that's the
And she
difference.
climbs up onto the ceiling. Just
Scary and creepy,
Yeah.
disturbing is different.
They're
Yeah.
very different.
Like
So,
the Ring was disturbing for me because that got me a little bit like those urban myths and urban
Yeah.
legends. I kind of like,
I was dating this ex named Jess.
Hi,
My
Jess.
first love.
Hi,
actually.
Jess.
Shout out, Jess.
Jess is
shout out to
listening.
Jess.
Shout out
What's
to
up?
Jess.
Hope you're doing well.
She knew that I hated scary movies, and she's like, "Oh no, we're just gonna go out with our friends and stuff." This is back in high school, and she's like, "Oh no, we're gonna watch a movie. I promise you, it's not scary." She loves scary movies. I'm like, you cannot take me to a scary movie because I don't enjoy it. Don't do it. She's like, no, it's okay. You know, it's like a horror movie. It's not even going to be scary. Turns out it was The Ring.
Wow.
Dude, it was that.
I was terrified.
I was too
I was
because
terrified.
friends recommended it to us, and I hadn't seen the trailer. And we were coming. I was going to the movies, and we were sort of had nothing planned to watch. We said we're just going to go there, see what's on. And we saw friends leaving. I said, "Yo, come and watch The Ring." And then I was like, "Okay, what's that about?" Just watch it. It's horror. You'll love it. And then we went in, and the progression through it, I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, right.
You know, and you go home, and anytime the TV's like, "Shh," you're like, "No, shit, turn it off."
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Far out.
Something I really did enjoy though, so I agree with you, is that like scary and what was creepy and what was the other
Disturbing.
one? And disturbing are definitely not like I didn't find there's a movie with Keanu Reeves called Constantine.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's a vampire
that's a
one,
good
right?
movie.
Yeah.
Dracula.
And I was like that was from memory that was quite gory as well. And I mean, look, even Squid Game is quite gory, but like
I can
have
handle
any issue
gore.
with that.
Yeah.
Like, there's no problem at all.
The Constantine was a little much, man.
But no, Constantine was okay. The Sixth Sense I didn't like,
Oh, yeah.
and The Ring I especially didn't
What
like.
about Hostel, stuff like that, where stuff or Saw, where it's like, you know,
Oh, Saw, yeah. With the,
self-inflictions and machine
Yeah.
traps and shit
Yeah,
like that.
see, that was cringy, but I was kind of mostly okay with that. Like, that didn't bother me anywhere near as much as like the jump stuff that you're looking for specifically. That bothers me a lot.
But speaking of Sixth Sense, so the director, you know who the director is, right? M.
M. Night Shyamalan.
M. Night Shyamalan.
M. Night Shyamalan. So
However you pronounce
he's
it.
done some great titles. Sixth Sense, but he's got one that's just come out. You can probably find a stream on it called Old.
I saw that.
I just watched it the other day with Mio. So basically, it's this resort. People come to this resort. It's they find it online, super cheap, but 5-star amenities. And then part of the tour is they get taken to this closed beach where they can hang out, and then the buggy will come pick them up in the afternoon later. But that beach has some sort of weird molecules that you age 7 years every hour that you're there.
Yeah. Insane.
Yeah. So their kids went off to play, and they come back as Mum, and she goes, "What?" You know,
Yeah.
like it's
Where's the
insane.
kids? What'd you do with the kids?
Yeah, but it's them, and you know, and like the clothes are getting small because they have to change clothes.
And they start to freak out too.
Yeah, they're freaking out, and they can't get out of it because
Is it scary or is it like more like weird or interesting?
it's weird. It's weird because you see different personalities. You know, obviously there's always those twists where you know they find out they were there for a reason, and there's a bigger picture behind it, and you know things like that. Like there's
what's it called again? Tell
just called Old. It should be. It was supposed to be out in cinemas, I think, last year 2020, but because of the lockdown, they held it off, and then now I think it's available on streams. I'm not sure if legally or not, but I saw it on a stream. So yeah, but scary, disturbing. I'd say Ring is up there for me. The Grudge as well. There's a series on Netflix, The Grudge. It's like a mini series of like a prequel of how it became The Grudge. You know The Grudge. You've seen The Grudge, right?
Yeah, of course.
So The Grudge is about when someone dies in a grip of rage, in an angry state. That grudge stays forever, and it will take anyone in its presence. And obviously, The Grudge, if you've seen it, is about this family. Husband, wife, and a kid. They had a cat as well. She studied at a school, fell in love with a professor. She wrote a diary, followed him everywhere. The professor, I guess he knew, but he didn't really do anything. I think he might have taken advantage of her. I don't think in the main Hollywood version had that. But the husband found the diary, got angry, broke her neck. That's why she makes that sound. Hung himself. That's why when you walk past the bathroom, you hear his body swinging. Drowned the kid in the bathtub. That's why he's all white. The cat is also dead. But the prequel on the series of Netflix goes before that,
So prior,
before she even had the kid and that sort of stuff. So you get to know how even more haunting that whole family was before it even got to that stage. So if you like that sort of stuff, yeah, more detailed. So.
Matt is like, yeah, no, thanks.
It's fun. There's a lot of horror stories of movies based out of Japanese, I guess, urban legends and stuff. I don't know if it's true or not. Have you heard of that forest? The forest that people suicide forest.
Yes.
Like that?
That's a real thing. That's a real thing.
Would you go in that? There's a path that you're supposed to go in, but you can only stay on that path, and you have to go back before sunset. Otherwise, you supposedly get lost forever.
Yeah, no. So no. Why?
But he's like,
because
yeah,
fun.
no.
Because so we're fun and cool. You're already in Japan. That's the place you choose to go. No.
But he's like, yeah.
So on that though, like I would definitely go to Chernobyl.
Chernobyl.
That would be interesting. That would be interesting for me.
That would be actually.
Maybe because I spent my first few years in communist Hungary, and sort of everything is still sort of stuck in that time in Chernobyl in Ukraine.
Like nothing's changed in it. Well,
Yeah.
Things are growing there.
Yeah, absolutely. Apparently, there's people starting to like farm in the area of Pripyat. They're
Like live again.
Yeah, live again. Yeah. And so they're kind of like braving the risk of cancer and radiation. Yeah.
Interesting indeed. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you just joined us, QuaranStream Vibes just hangs Wednesday. We're talking a little bit more about entertainment and fun stuff today. Hope everyone's keeping the good vibes. Feel free to jump in and comment and ask us anything. We're happy to spend some time and answer that. Don't go away. We'll give you 30 seconds to do that because there's about a 20-second delay from what I just said to you now. So don't go away. Back on Stream Vibes just hangs, ladies and gentlemen. We are here with some interesting discoveries. I don't know if it's accurate or not, or what kind of mic or sound recording system they have, but it seems to be that there is some sort of noise that we're hearing in this room, which is also projecting the same signals here in the Milky Way.
What?
Guys?
That's what they're hearing.
Astronomers discover extraordinary unknown radio signal from the heart of the Milky Way. How far is the heart of the Milky Way?
Very.
That's like our next.
So
the next
radio signals,
future, right?
the frequency can travel how far?
Endlessly, unless they run into something, unless something blocks them.
Bounces.
Yeah, if it's a meteor or an alien. Space.
So it had a clear path from there to where we are.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of stuff in the universe, right?
What about all the debris and stars and shit like that? Would it bounce around?
There's a lot of just empty space.
I don't know. Still,
It takes 25,000 light years to travel to the Milky Way.
25,000 light. How much is that in months? Years.
Light years is a distance, not a time.
Yeah.
So how long?
5,000 years if you're traveling at the speed of light, which is impossible.
Well, let's just go at a speed that to Mars was like 7 months.
7 months.
Much further, let's just say that. We're not going to be able to work that out.
So what's your take?
Immediately on the live stream.
So do we know what they?
How many years in a light year?
It's a distance.
1 light year is
It's
equal to the
distance.
distance that light travels in
In a
1
year.
year.
So
It
it's
is
distance
about
on
10 trillion kilometers or 6 trillion miles.
How many light years is it away?
25,000 light years
those.
away. So 25,000 times 10 trillion kilometers.
So let's say.
False. It's far.
So how old will you be by the time you get there?
Depends how fast you're going. If you're traveling at the speed of
I'd
light,
say-
I would be 25,038.
What was that?
dead.
What was that?
Also, I'd be dead.
What was that movie again? The one where he travels to space and
Interstellar.
Interstellar. Yeah, isn't that?
That's a great movie.
That's a great
Yeah.
movie.
That's great.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
Apparently,
That was one hour was 7 years.
Something
on
like
that
that. Yeah.
planet. I
Yeah.
think, isn't it? Yeah.
So it was like every minute was 7 minutes or some shit like that. So every second was 7 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
That's
It was
crazy.
apparently that movie is like a lot of it's actually based on scientific fact.
Yeah.
And it's not.
So that's
like,
possible.
It's pretty realistic for the most part, I assume. Yeah.
So that's possible. Like hypothetically,
Apparently,
with the quantum
so
theory of
apparently the closer you get to the speed of light, the slower time passes compared to people not at the speed of light. So yes, yes, it is possible, especially if the planet's spinning like really fast or it's moving really fast in comparison to the observer, which would be your friends and family who are back on Earth.
That's insane.
The ghost. That's what they call
Yeah.
Ghost signal.
it. The ghost
Yeah.
signal.
Well, it does say that we will never be able to travel in the speed of light.
No,
Come on,
no,
Elon.
it's not possible.
It's not possible.
What do you mean?
Physically not possible.
What do you mean?
We can't do light speed travel.
Oh.
There you go. Well, this says it's across the coast desert plains of Western Australia. Maybe look, Australia's getting up there on the space discoveries, eh?
Well, that's why they've got the radio telescopes,
Yeah.
arrays, in fact, and it must be because there's probably not much like interference from like lights in cities and stuff like that. So they put them out in like deserts and on top of mountains, and I mean they send them into space, right? Like you look at the Hubble radio telescope or the Hubble telescope, and then the other one, which is a more recent one, and it's way bigger and way better, but I can't remember the name of it. And anyway, it's like the Hubble, but even more powerful.
So my question is, I'm just reading some stats on the Milky Way. Like, how can they determine this? Radius, 52,850 light years. Age, 13.51
They're all
billion
theories
years.
still, though.
Yeah, this is all theories, but
Based on the best science that we've got currently.
number of
And it
stars,
can change, of course.
100 to 400 billion stars.
Lots.
But you know, all the pictures of them when they're up in space, you don't see stars.
Yeah.
No,
Why
it's
is
so
that?
Far out. Yeah, right. It's like
Sorry, what?
No, but you think you would see, because when we see a clear sky, we
It
see
looks
all
like-
these stars. But when they go up there was an explanation, a reason why. But when you actually go up there, you don't see these bright dots. It's black.
So
Like,
why don't
it's
we
just
see
black.
stars in
from
space?
Earth,
Yeah.
or we see it from Earth.
No, you
or
don't.
From the space station.
Yeah, when they go up, all their images don't have stars. They said there was a reason for it.
So the reason is in space.
Yes.
You know,
Did
I
just
like
look this up?
I love how I'm a quizzy guy. So in space or on the moon, there's no atmosphere to spread the light around.
Yeah.
And the sky will always appear to be black.
Yeah.
Like completely black.
Yes. But
Have
that
you not
doesn't.
noticed?
But that doesn't
Yeah, you
mean
should
that
look at-
it's
I haven't
not
been to space
just as
recently.
bright.
No, but when you look at the pictures, because people always say, "How come we don't see stars?"
Yeah. So it says there, even in space, stars are relatively dim and simply don't produce enough light to show up in photos.
Interesting.
So it does.
That's
It's
super
just not bright enough.
Thank you for that piece of information. That's genuinely interesting.
No, it is. It is very. it
Maybe
is
it's just
very-
on a sensor, you know, and it's
Where
not.
they go to get photos, leave it down.
So
Yeah,
obvi-
it's
so-
always
on top.
there's a lot of questions with space.
and obviously with us being down here, and it's dark enough for us to see that
On a clear
that
sky,
ray
yeah.
of light. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting, very interesting.
Potentially, the magnetic field of an object is messing with the radio signal on its way to Earth.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be something
True.
else.
True.
Something else. Aliens.
Could be,
Me
could
in the
be,
future.
indeed, could be, indeed.
Reaching out to QuaranStreams. Come on,
We're
guys.
reaching out to Q Squad.
Squad.
Paraneutron activity.
One of you guys sent me this. I'll pull up on the screen now. MacBook. Who's on the MacBook here? 3 MacBooks, 1 Dell. You need to replace that, Sean. Yeah.
Didn't you say it was like pretty much new?
Yeah,
It's fine.
Oh, it's working. It's working
It's
pretty
working.
good.
Fine.
You look all right on screen.
Fair enough.
So we talked about the upcoming new Mac products that are coming out a little while ago, maybe about a week ago, I guess.
Yes.
So new news article today or updated information. It looks like the M1X MacBook Pro, both the 14 and the 16, will potentially be announced at this Apple event taking place on the 18th of October. So once again, do not buy yourself a brand new Apple MacBook Pro currently.
Not
Just
yet.
wait
Not
until
at
these
all.
come out.
Well, I
Just
got
hold
this-
off for like a week or two.
I got this last year.
Mm.
But I want to see the specs. Very, very curious.
It's going to be good.
I'm still on a 2012 MacBook Air.
Yeah.
I still got my
It
2
works.
laptops.
It works perfect. It works perfectly fine. It's nearly 10 years old, and the only problem with it is if it's unplugged, the battery doesn't last that long. But that's
just
just
need
not
to
me to
change
change
the
the battery.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you
it.
can totally change that.
But everything works
Reasonable price
perfectly
too.
fine. Yeah.
How much was the Pro? I mean, the Air.
This?
The MacBook.
The
Pro?
new ones?
The new ones?
A lot cheaper.
Yeah, I think they're in USD. I think they're $999, and the
Yeah.
Pros start at like 12 or 12.
Which
or
is
14.
which is not bad considering that's cheaper than an iPhone 13.
Yeah, mind you, also like there's a lot more processing power in an iPhone
That's true.
compared to like the Well, actually, no, that's not true. If you're comparing new for new, of course, the laptop will be more powerful. But I think part of the reason that they're so much more expensive is because it's very, very difficult to package all of those things into such a small space.
Just the production of it.
Yeah, and of course, it does have like all high-end screens and fingerprint reader and cameras and like all of those things. Yeah.
But Apple, if you want us to test it out,
send us out. Send it out.
Just send us 4. We'll be happy to test it out for you.
Yeah, we'll all take the 16-inch Pro top
spec,
please.
That's the thing. I want to get used to the 16-inch screen too. It's, you know,
is yours a 15?
No, this is like the small one. This is a
13
inch.
13.
This is a 13.
It's at 16.
You know, Grady, he had a 17-inch.
Oh,
I've had a few of those.
Dude, it's heavy as
last
hell.
time I had a 17-inch, I was working for a corporate company.
It's
and
thick.
It was a Microsoft.
It's like 3 kilos.
Yeah, it's thick.
Paperweight, mate.
So
Definitely.
right before I left Australia, while I was waiting to come back to Vietnam, I was asked by my mum, who's been a teacher for all of her life, to source out some like laptops that are maybe being donated by the local community to like her class and her school and stuff. And so eventually I ended up collecting a bunch of laptops and cleaning them and clearing all the data off them, and some of them were donated as like Apple laptops.
Yeah.
And so I had to like figure out how to work all the Apple stuff and like pull them apart and take things out of it and replace battery and things like that. So
you figured that all out yourself, huh?
Yeah, I mean, look, there's so much stuff on YouTube about how to do all of that stuff. Yeah, it's all really there.
Thank you, YouTube.
So so I've had a chance to basically at one point like have like most of the Apple laptops in my possession for some time and make sure that they all work and clean them before donating them onwards.
Awesome.
So if anyone needs advice or questions on that stuff, also very happy to help.
Definitely.
Apple needs a new worker.
No, I don't think I'd want to work for them. No.
Well, I got this baby for in 2024 48 mil. Yeah, and the reason why I got it's so much is because I went for the max RAM, 32 gig RAM for editing.
That'll last you for a long time.
Like 16 gig would have sufficed, but someone said to me, dude, if you right now, it's not like a lot of people are shooting like for vlogs. Not a lot of them are shooting in 2K, 4K anyway. But if you want to get ahead of it and have the option to, then go the 32 gig. And then if you do some of your content now that's in 4K, that when things start to become normalized at 4K, you're already at that part. So I said, whatever, I'll just get it.
48 mil, huh?
48 mil.
What's that like?
But I still got an iPhone 6, baby. Yeah. Yeah, so I thought that was a bit more
exciting,
useful for me in that sense. And then staying on the tech, the Pixel. You're really looking forward to that, aren't you?
I am.
I want to bring that up for you.
Yeah.
I'll bring that up to you.
So we were discussing this only a couple of days ago about like why the pixels are good, and as Peter's about to throw on the screen, they're saying that the cameras are looking like they're going to be kind of like one of the highlights, one of the key upgrades that this article is talking about.
iPhones 13 can't match, huh?
Well, see, that's the thing. I think back then, when iPhones and Samsungs and whatnot were coming out, they were trying to compete with what they can do just in general as the phone. We're going to be the first to do a flip phone. We're going to be the first to
touchscreen.
Yeah, all these little things. Now, I don't think that's so much what people want. I think cameras are the most important thing.
Photos and videos. People are creating their content off their phone.
A lot of content is being created off the phone.
Right,
and I mean, when they are as capable as they are, why would you need to buy yourself like a big, expensive DSLR setup?
You just have it right
just have your phone. Yeah.
And if you have the capability to do that and edit from your phone too.
And edit, yeah. That's a hugely growing area.
Dude, you can do green screen. You can do key effects, like proper, like you could blur backgrounds and stuff just with the tap of a button. It's like
incredible technology.
Yeah, and you don't even have to learn, Photoshop or anything.
Yeah,
it's just there.
So I think that's one of the things in like further down in the article, I believe, is that it'll allow you to like Photoshop out distractions. So if you scroll down, PD, so keep going down. So more powerful zoom. There you go. So that one there. So
that's cool.
Compare the before and after with the people in the background. So, which is pretty. If that's done believably,
that's handy. So
That will be incredible.
Live change.
Because in the actual Photoshop ways, you'd have to pretty much
Copy.
stencil that out, and then you would find a layer to cover that
You
and
find a
blend
source,
it, right?
source, and then you copy and basically
Paste it.
copy over from that source.
So this has the
Yeah.
automatic software to do it automatically.
Amazing.
Take
Like, how does it know that? Like,
It doesn't matter.
It was kind of like
Anyways,
stitching, right? Like
Yeah.
when you stitch.
and then if you scroll further down, one of the other editing tricks it talks about is like it's able to sharpen like people's faces after you've already taken the photo.
You
Which
face
is
your
also-
face in focus.
Also pretty incredible.
It's-
So we talked about Apple having their event on October 18. It looks like this Pixel event will be on the October 19th.
So right after.
So right after, like one day after.
They just haven't
Of course they will.
Yeah. So it looks like in the next week some exciting tech products are being announced or even coming out immediately. Yeah.
Very cool indeed. Excellent. Nice.
So you're gonna get the new Pixel?
I won't get the Pixel 6,
But you said you were waiting, right? Maybe.
6A, with hopefully
It's like
significantly cheaper, but with most of the functions still.
We have a question here from one of our viewers, from Trung Kim Yoon. I wish Apple Watch has more functions. I haven't used an Apple Watch. Do you guys use smartwatches?
I agree. I have an Apple Watch, and I
Which series?
was one of the first ones. But actually, the new ones they haven't really changed much. I bought it, connected it to my iPhone, obviously, and I was like, what do I do with it now? Like, you could check your messages, obviously, you could answer calls, you can have a look at your photos, but in the end of the day, I was like using it for exercise. That was it,
I
just to
thought-
track.
I was just about to say, I thought the biggest point of it was like to track exercise, heart rate,
Yes.
and stuff like that.
But then they started coming out with those, those smaller, the
Fitbits.
Fitbits for like $20-$30. And they were just doing exactly the same as the iWatch. And I paid a couple $100 for my iWatch. And then now it just sits at home collecting dust.
Yeah, right. Well, it looks like you're a watch man from what you're wearing now, right?
Yeah, it's all right. But
Are we all watching
yeah.
the same screen?
but yeah, no, I like it. They're pretty cool as far as like, using it for health wise. I don't know what the new ones are now, but
how much more
Well,
do
the new ones,
Yeah.
the new ones. When I watched the trailer, when the launch came out, and we watched it. They had not just your, I guess, the health stuff, but they had things like people were playing golf, and it measures your swing, the distance it goes.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Tennis serve, how fast
Just
you're
sport related stuff.
sport related stuff. It has a better
sounds like a
water
better
resistant depth now.
It'd be cool. I don't know if you guys spend a lot of time with the Nintendo Wii, but it'd be
Yes.
cool if you could use it like a Nintendo Wii, because I mean it's still
Yeah.
the same direction and stuff. I suppose it doesn't have buttons though.
No, I think it can, because I have a Switch at home.
Switch it
Remember,
off.
Pat? And when we played the dancing game, and it said if you don't have enough controllers, you can connect your
Yeah.
smartphone,
Your
Really?
smartphone.
and it uses it as a thing as well.
So there's no reason you wouldn't be able to use your watch.
It would just be an
Still
app.
got yeah.
It would just be an app for sure, easily.
There you go. If anyone's listening who wants to make that app, it's money.
But with the functions question, it all comes down to this: like when you read into these comparisons, which is better, Samsung or the iPhone, which is this and this, and they do all of these, feature by feature, and Samsung has like this crazy 100 times zoom or 200 times or something like that, and Apple can only go to like
Apple
10.
can do that.
But it goes back to the question: is who's going to use a
Did
200
you
times
actually
zoom?
need that or not? Yeah.
Exactly. So you got to really look at what you yourself is going to
Use
use
it for.
for. What features do you want? And then you can go get the phone that caters to those features, I
I'll be able to take a photo of Sean's boogers from the next district.
think.
Sugar boogers.
Actually, the iPhone 13's macro is nice. The
Okay.
2 centimeter
Yes.
that's really
Yeah.
good.
That's what I feel like a lot of
That's-
cameras.
Oh, but you had the
Flat.
opportunity to test the new iPhones
Yeah.
too. So shout out to Haga, by the way.
Yes, Haga Smart Tech. Thank you for that. Send us some more stuff. Actually, the watch is coming. I'll see if I can get us to do a review.
Nice.
Pixel 6 for me, please.
For sure.
Shout out
we
to
do the,
Pixel.
We do the unboxing and the whole thing. So that should be cool. It's always exciting opening the box. Apple has gone green with their packaging too. So
Oh, really?
they don't have the plastic wrap on the phone anymore. It's just this it's like a paper sticker thing.
Oh yeah.
So no more plastic, which is good.
Smart Eco.
Very, very good. Very, very good. What else we got, guys?
Time for a quick break.
Time for a quick break. Pomodoro. I'm going to fill up my water. Guys, don't go away. QuaranStream Vibes just hangs here with the crew. See you in about 30. And we're back. QuaranStream Vibes just hangs, ladies and gentlemen. Here with the crew. Keep the vibes up for you guys. Hope you're having a good one. Let's stay with the space talk.
All right.
I'm interested. Like that's really
Cool. I am going to flick through a quick link, but while I do that, I will start talking about it. Basically, I received this regular email, which is fantastic. Actually, it's got to do with business and technology. But this particular one that Peter's about to put up, is talking about the proliferation of satellites in space, and they're basically suggesting that within the next sort of 10 years, the number of satellites in orbit is going to increase 20-fold.
Wow.
20-fold, so 20x.
Thousands?
Well, apparently in 2020 there was 2,500, so 2,500 satellites, but they're projecting 50,000 in orbit
How
by
are they not going to
2030.
hit each other?
They are. So,
But haven't
Hey,
yeah,
how
haven't
many
some
satellites
already?
at the moment?
yep, this is already happening.
13,000 in orbit at the moment, right?
This is already happening. So these satellites are like running into each other, and that actually can potentially lead to a situation where there's so much debris in space moving so fast that humans will never be able to escape that ring of death, essentially, where there's things flying around at tens of thousands of kilometers.
Unless there's a sacrifice.
I've seen illustrations of Earth and
surrounded by crap, basically.
but I haven't seen a real picture with the satellites because they always, I guess, maybe Photoshop that out just so we can see the Earth. But I'd like to see an actual real picture because I want to see how the paths and stuff like that they go through, because there's a lot of satellites that aren't in use anymore that's just still orbiting.
Dead satellites, yeah.
Dead satellites.
So apparently,
Fast and Furious has a Pontiac up there.
Elon's got Tesla up there for real.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
But how do they like for Elon's rockets? How does he launch them, into space without hitting? How do they project
So there's this software that
takeoff
keeps track of a lot of these actual pieces of debris.
they're
based
still
on,
floating around?
It's the same thing they use for reverse parking software, mate.
Yeah.
Mate, if Tesla can pick up those witches hat on the road, they can pick up those debris up there.
So and it's based on the size of the pieces of debris floating around. So I think software tracks most of the large pieces, but the tiny pieces that are the size of your thumbnail and stuff, they can't do that. But the problem is it's still, because satellites have to move so fast to stay in orbit, they're still moving 10, 20,000 k's an hour. So if that hits any piece of your thing, it just explodes into and shatters into tiny little pieces, which then adds to the problem.
So by the time we can get off Earth, we probably won't be able to get off Earth.
So that's a very real danger that could happen. Yeah. So this news article that Petey put up a second ago, it's talking about an increasing number of satellites in orbit and about the different sort of functions that they will be able to perform. And an interesting idea or opportunity is farmers are using livestock companies. Farmers are using satellite imagery to figure out where they should put their cows based on where the grass is the longest.
Damn, they have the money to use that?
Well, if there's going to be so many satellites in space that can actually get super sensitive pictures and information about what's going on Earth.
Yep.
Proper bird's eye view.
Yeah, and it's so in this thing it's saying this satellite imagery that's coming up can capture pictures of items as large as a shoebox or as small as a shoebox, I should say, which is pretty great. And I mean, from a farmer's perspective, they'd be looking at where it's the greenest. Yeah. But not from space, sure.
Yeah.
I also read somewhere that our cellular connection is majority from land towers than satellites.
the problem is the latency, just the distance of like sending your data that far would introduce like so many milliseconds of delay that it would feel really laggy to you. So in this same way, this is why we can't really substitute like satellite-based internet telecommunications with actual fiber optic cables, is because despite the fact that it can cover all of Earth, the latency, so the lag that like a couple hundred millisecond lag would make the internet feel a lot less responsive, and it would really bother people.
Just have a really long cable.
Straight up. So
Yeah,
interesting subject. But so it's talking about satellite images are also used to monitor pipelines, predict forest fires. It's pretty interesting. Predict forest fires.
Whatever, they're freaking causing it themselves.
Yeah, why are there so many? It's all the satellites that are crashing down. And,
No, it would be good if they were crashing down because they would be deorbiting, and therefore it wouldn't be causing the problem that we just discussed.
So blocked up there.
Maybe that's why all these forest fires are starting. But they're just saying,
they burn up in the atmosphere.
The heat gets the.
Yeah.
Well,
you
I love you.
I'm trying, maybe it's hiding stuff.
That's cool. So 50,000, hey?
They're predicting 50,000 by 2030.
Damn.
So anyone could make a satellite, right?
I mean, it's expensive, but it's the price. The cost of it is predicted to come down significantly. So I think
Yeah. So with your imagery thing that you said, I recently watched this documentary. I'm not sure if I told you guys before. I might have told Pat. Mio found it, and it was so interesting. There was a guy that works as what he does is they build the right track and I guess roads for buses to take for schools, so that children are safe when they're walking. When they're walking, I guess, to school, what's the best way? Because the roads are busy. So he gets all his images from a satellite, and he was doing this one school. And what happened was he was doing a school, and it was near his ex-wife's house. So just for fun, he was like, I wonder which way I would walk back to her house. So what he did was he pretended to walk back to her house, and she lives in this estate where they had like a man-made sort of lake, kind of like Forest Lake in Brisbane. So man-made sort of lake, but from the bird's eye view, he could see this thing that looked like a car that had driven into the lake. So he zoomed in, he couldn't really tell. I've got to find that thing so you guys can watch. And then what happened was he messaged his wife, because they're still in good terms. He goes, "Hey, there's a car in your lake." And she goes, "What?" So she goes out from her position. She couldn't see anything. He goes, "No, it's there. I see it on the imagery." So
underwater, right?
Yeah, they called the police, and the police came, and obviously they got divers that go through, and they pulled out this car with the skeleton in the driver's seat still from over 20 years ago.
Wow.
And it turned out that they backtracked it. So this guy had gone to a party, got drunk. Last photos of him was like images that showed it, and he probably drove home, and that estate hadn't been built yet. The water was there. Must have just drove through, bam, missing. Could never find him.
Interesting.
And they found him because this guy was curious where his wife lived, and they decided to do the track to walk home.
People finding pirate ships, like through the Google.
Unless they're too deep.
Yeah, unless.
On that, actually, I was watching a piece about like the whole drama with like the submarines. Like Australia had a contract to buy like a certain number of submarines from France, and then like last minute they're like, "Oh no, don't worry about it," and ended up signing a contract to buy submarines from America and the UK, who like that are going to be like nuclear powered and fancy and stuff that won't be built for a long time. Anyway, the article was talking about the fact that by the time these submarines are built, they may not actually be stealth enough to be useful anymore because of this satellite imagery that can detect like heat, heat signatures and stuff like that. So
it's pointless.
Yeah, it's possible. But I mean, that's how fast technology is moving, right?
So how long is it going to take for them to build it?
It's like 25 years.
So they can't be in the water anymore. They're going to have to just go full into the core.
Into the ground.
When you think about it, 25 years is a long time.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
The nuclear powered submarines, like these things cost like billions of dollars to build.
Yeah.
They have to be able to go like deep sea fishing, but I mean like deep, like
deep throat styles. Real deep. That's the only way you find out.
How deep
It's a good
can you go?
segue. That's a good segue
Good segue. To what?
into the next article that I'm about to present to you guys.
All right. See
What
it.
do you got, Patty?
This is a pretty funny one, actually. Have you guys had a smash avocado sandwich before? So
Yes,
basically,
of course.
just it's avocado and smashed up onto your bread and whatever.
On toast.
Yeah,
Usually
it's
it's
on
on
toast.
toast.
Yeah.
Send it through, Patty.
Okay.
It should be sharing my screen.
I don't see it, man. I don't see it.
Sorry. Not showing up?
Yeah.
Oh no, here it is. It's down here.
Sorry.
There you go.
Yeah. So
Oh, it's good.
basically, yeah, it looks fantastic, right? No, a bit of toppings on top of the avocado. But basically, there was a diner that was shocked in London when they ordered a smashed avocado sandwich, and this is how it came. Are you guys ready for it? So
Wait, that's the picture.
yeah.
No,
So
I think that was a
so this is
was a
what it's
stock
supposed
photo.
to look like. That's what it's
a
supposed
stock
to look
photo,
like. Yeah.
yeah.
Expensive London lunch gets roasted online after unimpressed diner shares the photo that they received. By the way, this was I think an $8.50, like an £8.50,
£8.50.
right, in
Not
central London, and this is what it looked like when it. So basically,
Oh, yeah.
it's a real smashed
Oh,
avocado.
Turns up.
That's what you get, yeah.
Get it in you gaming dog.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
basically,
Get out of it, you mongrel.
smashed all over the toast, and it was unbuttered, and the whole thing basically looked like a whole mess.
Wow, that's
Imagine paying
Paying
£8 50, so that's about nearly $10.
I would be
10
pissed.
US
No, it's
dollars.
more than 10 US. It's more than 10 US.
Well,
Yeah.
how much is a smashed avo saying at toasty in Australia? It's like $18.
No, only like
18.
super fan. But
Yeah.
it doesn't look like that.
But it doesn't look
18
like
bucks.
that.
Well, eating there, right?
Jesus
Wow.
Christ, that looks horrible.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Doesn't even have the toppings.
I
It's
mean,
like a gut smash.
So basically,
I'd eat it, but I'd be pissed about paying for
Yeah.
it. Let's put it that way.
so let's read some of the comments, as we all love comments.
Yeah.
One user wrote, "Legit thought this was a chip shop, mushy peas on toast, and now I'm getting all sorts of meal ideas." And
Have you guys
others,
ever had mushy peas on toast?
yes,
Yeah.
Do you like it?
it's not.
I like mushy peas and pies.
I like it on pie with gravy and
Yeah.
and mashed
Not by
potato.
itself.
And the meat, probably, right? Like
No,
that's-
even
Without-
even without the meat, I could eat it. Yeah,
I've
mushy
never tried
peas.
that. I think it's kind of like an Australian, maybe
Yeah.
more British thing than anything
Yeah,
else, right?
more British.
Mushy peas.
Yeah, and another person said, "Can I ask why you paid £8.50 for avocado and toast? Just what went through your hungry head to pay for £8.50 for a delivered cold avocado on toast was a good idea." So-
On the way home, I'm buying avocado. Like that's my dinner for sure.
Mm.
Yeah.
Avocado's so cheap here.
Yeah.
It's like $3 for one back home,
Yeah.
depending on
They're
the
good.
weight
They're
too.
good.
But
Yeah,
here,
generally good.
you get $3 for like 2 kilos.
Yeah, you do those, you get so many.
Yeah,
That's crazy, man. That's
it's
hell
funny
of a-
news. Funny news.
Good funny news.
Good segue to what you mentioned about going deep.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
that was Petey. Don't put that on me.
well, we're almost going to wrap up. But speaking of that London news, I'm going to bring up some fascinating, funny facts from the UK. This is pretty fun. I saw this last night. I'll share it with you guys,
Go hand in hand. Back
and
to back.
it's actually pretty good.
Deeper and deeper.
So, okay, check this out. We'll go through it together. 12 fascinating and funny facts about the UK. This is from 2019, though. The first King of England made a law that everyone had to be in bed by 8 p.m.
What a party pooper. He was definitely not. The party definitely stopped for him.
These are like really funny facts, man. Number 2, French was the official language of the nation for 300 years.
What the hell is that?
Well, for 300 years. There is not a single point in Britain that is more than 75 miles away from the coastline.
I suppose it's pretty
Yeah.
long and skinny, right?
Check this one out. 165 million cups of tea per day are consumed in the UK.
What's the population of the UK? I think it's about that actually. I'll look it up.
Want
you
some
keep going.
tea?
I wonder
Some
how much-
tea?
Would you like a
Some
cuppa?
coffee or things.
I'm having a cuppa
Cuppa. Yes, a cuppa, mate. And a bicky.
and a bicky. Shout out to Soko for the mugs.
Yes, yes.
So coat. Not so
Okay, population.
Not Southern
yeah,
California.
they're
God.
saying that the current
Dude.
population is about
Southern
68 million.
California.
Current
60
population is 68 million.
So that means like it's like 2.8 cups per day
Yeah,
per person for every single person.
that's crazy.
Or, cream soda.
Soccer, rugby, golf, boxing, and cricket were all invented in the UK.
Mm.
That one I knew.
Wow.
This is a good one. Windsor Palace is the oldest and largest castle in the world that is still occupied.
Mm.
This is good too. There are more chickens in England than people.
That's like there's more sheep in New Zealand than people as well.
Yeah. That's like there's more bikes in Amsterdam than people.
Is that?
Push bike, yeah,
Well, there's more
There you go.
motorbikes in Ho Chi Minh than people.
probably.
No, there is. That's facts.
There you go. There
That's
you go.
facts.
Far out.
Man, we're full.
Well,
of
look, I own
excuses in there.
four bikes. I have 4 bikes, mate.
Thanks up my game. I've only got one.
English is the official language of the UK. However, several other languages are recognised, such as Welsh, Irish, Cornish, and Scottish Gaelic.
Hmm.
This is a good one too here. London was the first city in the entire world to have an underground subway system.
That's really cool.
That's what I call the underground. Yeah, the underground. You know what I mean? Let's go, eh? Let's go.
Where's Ed?
Shout out to Ed. Shout out to Ed.
The oldest home in the UK is about 6,000 years old. It is furnished with furniture made of stone and still remains today.
Pretty much like Vietnamese furniture. I feel like my bed is about made of stone.
Oh, and it feels like it.
And did you know this? The Big Ben in London actually doesn't refer to the clock. The Big Ben is the bell that is located in the clock tower.
Ah.
Do you know what we refer to as the Big Sean?
I knew there was going to be jokes about
Yeah.
this.
This is what we call the Big Sean, ladies.
Big Sean.
Big Sean.
Children, this is a good one. Children in the UK over 5 years old can consume alcohol at home or other private areas.
What? Say
Getting
that.
started young.
Say that again.
Children in the UK over 5 years old can consume alcohol at home and other private areas.
That's why they come out all messed up.
Macham, macham,
Oh my God, right?
100%.
Kind of like Vietnam though.
100%.
You gotta go to these parties.
Yeah, that's it.
Kids.
12 of those fascinating facts.
Amazing.
Which one of these did you find most ridiculous or surprising?
The kids.
Kids, yeah.
Kids
what
one,
the hell?
right?
6-year-old doesn't need to be drinking.
Yeah.
I know.
What's it
Far
at?
out. Far out.
Mm.
5 years old, huh?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, QuaranStream Vibes, just hangs. Thanks for joining us. It's been fun. Today was a great episode. We wanted to keep it different vibes today, but we'll be back tomorrow for Thursday, the final day of the QuaranStream Vibes. But then again, we've got the other streams. So don't forget, at 6 o'clock tonight, we've got a special special Wednesday night, pretty late show with DeFi for You CEO Adam Chaplin. Please join us at 6 p.m. If you want to get into all the NFTs, crypto and stuff, it's an AMA, so you can ask him anything. See you at 6 as well. And boys, we'll see you guys tomorrow for another one. Hearts.
Peace.
Doctor